So today we're going to talk about one of our favorite things, which is food. We're going to do a tour of some of the best Mexican restaurants in Healdsburg. So my name's David Hargreaves, one half of Brewington Hargreaves.
And I'm Jonathan Brewington, the other half.
So this video is definitely for you if maybe you've just moved here, or even if you've just come here for the weekend, or even if you're a local. We should be able to help you find the best Mexican restaurant to go to. There'll be something for everyone, something that's a little bit more upscale, all the way down to a food truck. So yeah, let's go and check a few out. Where are we going to go first?
I think first we're going to try Agave, which is well known among locals, and we're going to move on second to a new one that's called El Milagro. So even some of you locals may not have tried El Milagro yet. It's a little more upscale, perfect for a date night, but let's see what we think.
And yeah, we've got 2 or 3 more, so yeah, come along with us for the ride.
Here we are at Agave in Healdsburg on the west side of town. We're actually in the Safeway parking lot here, right next to Mambo's Pizza and Bollywood Kitchen, if you have any familiarity with those. We're going to be checking out Agave today.
So this restaurant's actually owned by Octavio Diaz. He also owns one in the East Bay in Oakland. And then you've got his brother who actually owns a restaurant. It used to be called El Favelitos, so wait for that coming up soon. We're going to go and check that one out. It's got a new name now, which we'll talk about. And then he also owns the Mexican market just by Shelton's in downtown Healdsburg. So yeah, let's go on in and check out Agave.
It's our homemade chile de árbol. This is really spicy, go easy with that one. Okay?
So we should eat it with caution. Yeah.
It's good though.
That's quite spicy. So what are you going to have?
I'm gonna have the verduras bowl.
Verduras bowl,
And what does that mean?
It's the veggies. It's veggies bowl with black beans, and you have the red mole on the side.
Wonderful.
And then I think I'm going to have the special, the mole negro.
The mole negro, love the decision, so it's really, really good.
So let's give this a try. Apparently there's 20 different spices in here, so I've got high hopes. That was really good. And it is vegan as well, and gluten-free, I believe.
Wow.
So this is our homemade mole. It's our traditional specialty. This is our black mole, and this is our red mole. This process has more than 9 different peppers, chocolate as well, oregano. This one is the red mole. It's more smoky, different process, less peppers. You will love it. It's sweet. It's not spicy at all. You have a couple of options that you can use the mole in your dish. And beside that, any dish that you want with mole in the top, I can do that for you.
And I think I read that your black mole is
mole.
a secret recipe
Well,
from
yeah, we
his
got
mother.
Every restaurant make it in a different process.
Okay,
You know? And
yeah.
also the families making a different process.
Yeah.
But it's one of the best moles ever.
Okay.
You will love it, believe me.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy, folks.
Yeah, so we're in the lounge area of Agave. Now, if you actually notice, they've got a brand new bar area which was installed this year. And the bar is actually a 250-year-old. And one of the things about this restaurant as well is mezcal is a red thread through everything that they do. And if you actually look at the bar, you can see tons of tequila and mezcals. So if you want to do a mezcal tasting, this is definitely the place. I'm not sure we'll be doing that at lunchtime though.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Enjoy, folks.
This is so good. I love this negro mole negro. I'm almost fluent in Mexican now.
I didn't know Mexican was a language.
You got a point.
So what's the verdict? Is this going to make your regular date night?
I think that's pretty good. We've definitely enjoyed the mole negro, but I might have to come back for a bit of a mezcal tasting because we're obviously doing this at lunchtime. So
There you go.
We might need to
We'll save that for happy hour.
revisit for happy hour. Yeah. So here we are at another Mexican restaurant. This time it's El Milagro, which I think they have one in Cloverdale. Have you been to that one?
I have been to the Cloverdale one.
Okay.
This is a little more upscale,
Okay.
but same family-owned restaurant, so similar vibe.
Cool. Well, let's go and check it out. So you've been to the one in Cloverdale?
I have. And one thing you might notice here is that their logo is an owl. Now, that may not be the first thing that comes to mind when you think of a taqueria, but the reason is that in Cloverdale, when they took over the building that they're in now, they took over the old Owl Cafe, and the owl was affixed into the building, and they couldn't change it without structural changes, so they just decided to embrace it as their logo, and they've carried it down here to Healdsburg as well.
Oh, who knew? Fun fact.
Fun fact.
So yeah, we were just chatting to the server about the story of this restaurant, and one of the things they specialize in is really having food from across the whole of Mexico. And one section of the menu is the guisados. That whole section is sort of inspired by food you get from Mexico City, or certainly presented in the way that food was presented in Mexico City. They've got lots of moles. They've got food from Oaxaca. They've got food from Baja California. So yeah, definitely a wide range of dishes.
And while they try to appeal to everybody, they did say that one of their specialties here also is their mole. And it was a fun fact that I learned, wasn't aware, that moles can have between 50 and 150 ingredients, they said. So everybody's mole is going to be a little bit different. There's going to be some spice to it. Some people say they can taste a little chocolate flavor in them even sometimes. And they said their particular mole has 70 ingredients. So I'm curious to try it.
So yeah, maybe I know I had the mole at Agave, so maybe I'll have a little taste of mole here, see what it's like.
This right here is the classic mole.
Oh, look at this! Thank you.
This is gonna be for the flautas.
Okay, we're diving in. I can taste at least 55 of them. It's really good. Actually tastes quite chocolatey.
Does it?
So this mole is actually really good. It's quite spicy, but it's a little sweetness from the chocolate. It's actually really, really good.
Yeah. And this is quite good. You don't often see this at a lot of taquerias, so it's fun to change it up and try something different.
But you've still not had a burrito. I think we might have to have a burrito at some point on this journey.
I think I do. We'll have to cave and go for
Yeah.
a classical burrito.
But how are your flautas?
Flautas are so good. I was actually really surprised by the texture. They're not as crunchy as other flautas that I've had. And then the sauce was actually really sweet, whereas I was expecting spicy. So it was a nice surprise.
Cool. Let's dig in, finish off.
Well, this is exciting. We got dessert, and a true taste of Mexican restaurants across Healdsburg wouldn't have been complete without tasting flan.
So this is flan. It's basically, I think it's like a custard cheesecakey flan, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's give it a go. Oh, it's almost like, it's a little chocolate sauce as well.
Chocolate, little raspberry.
Quite interesting texture. Sort of like a thick creme caramel.
Another one in the books. What's up next, David?
I think we're going to El Sombrero, which is just off the square. So we're going to check out that taqueria to see how we go.
So far, so good. Let's see what's to come.
So today we're going to El Sombrero, which I love. The thing about this restaurant is it's so close to the square. So let's go on inside.
Here we have a chili relleno and enchilada plate. I got nothing to say, I've never had it. Can't wait to dig in. All right, next up on the tour, Gallina de Oro. Can't wait to try this one.
Let's go and check it out. So today we're at a restaurant that was called El Favelitos, but it recently changed its name to
Gallina de Oro.
And so this is Pedro Diaz, who is the owner and one of the owners, but they also own Agave. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. So what's the main difference between this and Agave, would you say?
Well, the difference between Gallina and Agave is we're two brothers, and everybody work in different concepts. And basically, I do Oaxaca and Jalisco mix. That's why you see in the menu like quesadillas, tortas ahogadas, more like Jalisco in South Mexico. And Agave especially is more in just Oaxaca and mezcals and mole my mom's cuisine.
In fact, I've just come back from Mexico. I was near Cancun.
Okay.
And I did a cooking course there.
Wow, nice.
And they were saying that Oaxaca is the best area of Mexico for food because it's like super fertile soil and the best food. So we've come to the best place.
Yes, you come to the best place.
Here we go. So what do you recommend?
Well, I recommend quesadillas and also I think they call machetes. Machetes is a homemade tortillas.
Okay.
With like quesadilla and a taco, and also the fish tacos is really popular, and of course the mole is just from Oaxaca, so I recommend the mole with pork, and also the molcajete. I think we had one of the best molcajete with the your steak over in top.
Okay. Well, why don't we'll take a look at the menu and then see what we fancy eating.
All right.
Thank you. That was pretty cool meeting the main man, Pedro.
Very cool. Very nice of him to take it into his own hands and order us all of his recommendations, along with bringing us some really tasty guac here.
The guac is really good, yeah. I've no idea what I'm getting, but I'm very excited to try it. And it actually turns out we're almost neighbors as well. There you go, small world.
Here we go.
Wow.
This is the molcajete.
Oh my word. Look at that.
What a treat, David.
They're going to
It's amazing. Whoa. It's super hot. It's like surf and turf.
Oaxaca style.
Oaxaca style, exactly. It's really tasty. A really good level of spice. Not too hot, but enough spice to keep you interested. Oh, actually cool.
That's called molcajete, and basically that's a stone. Homemade stone. People make it by hand, and what we do is we heat them up, and we cook everything and we put it in the oven, so everything it'll be warm there for half an hour at least.
And you said you put this in the fire for cooking?
Yes, in the fire, yeah, just a stone, yeah, so it'll cook. And also in Oaxaca they do like a soup, where they put that to the get red, and they put the ingredients just like Asian cuisine, and put everything on it, and when it's done, it's done. I mean, it's cooked by itself. Yeah.
The great thing about having a business partner who's vegetarian is you get to eat all the meat for yourself. So which one can you talk through what these are? So what's this one?
Yeah, this is the corazon. Everyone is made in a base of a regular margarita. We use the tequila, we use the syrup, we use the lime, but everyone has a little bit of difference. That was with a little bit of Jamaica, the hibiscus, like the drinks, the aguas frescas that the Mexican used to do, like the Jamaica, but that has a little bit of that. This one is with the different kind of tea. We use it for our lemonades too, and this is the regular margarita. But our regular margarita is really amazing. The people comes a lot for that. And if you're in a Mexican place, you have to try margaritas.
You do?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Enjoy.
Cheers, thank you.
Salud. You have to say salud.
Salud. Salud. So what have we got going on here? You can actually taste the hibiscus. It's pretty good.
Can't go wrong with classic.
So that was an amazing lunch. I would definitely come here again.
We'll see what's yet to come. This might be the top. We'll see.
And also this place, I feel like the ambience is it's had a bit of a refresh. I think it was last year. So it just feels a really great environment. And actually, margaritas, definitely come back from margarita as well. So yeah, it's definitely in the running. But we're about halfway through, so we'll see where it ends up.
But it's hard to go wrong if you're looking for a place. Have a quick bite.
Definitely. Pedro's a really nice guy as well.
We've had a great week so far of showing you some of our favorite Mexican restaurants in town, but up next is Los Plebes, and I'm sure I butchered the pronunciation, but it's more affectionately known as the taco truck right on the edge of town on the Lytton Springs exit. It's a personal favorite of mine, so I'm excited to go check it out.
Let's go.
Here we are. Now, as you can see, we're not here for the view, but we are here for the food, so let's go get some food. Can I do a vegetarian burrito?
Veggie burrito?
Yep.
And I'll have one chorizo taco.
Chorizo?
Yeah.
One chorizo taco?
And then one polo chicken.
One chorizo pollo.
Thank you.
Chorizo and pollo. Chorizo and chicken.
Thank you.
And 2 carnitas.
Thank you.
Gracias.
We've got a classic burrito. If you know me, it's a shame that this is the first burrito I've had in this whole video, but I had to try a variety of things. Vegetarian
like
burrito
it.
expert, but it is
like
very
it.
good. The salsa is always a make or break, and this is very authentic.
So we've now completed our visits to 5 different Mexican restaurants. So yeah, what did we think? So I guess maybe we start off with Agave. Obviously that was a restaurant where famous for their food from Oaxaca. I must say I did like Agave because I think if I was going for a drink and to have some mezcal and some margaritas, I think it's a great place to hang out at the bar. So I think that definitely checks the box when it comes to drinking at a Mexican.
And they were also very proud of their family mole recipe as well. So being from Oaxaca, they have a lot of mole recipes there, and so they have a lot of fresh flavors, and that's something they really pride themselves on as well. And moving on to the next one, we had El Milagro, which was interesting. They also had some of that Oaxaca influence. They liked their moles. I know you tried the mole there as well. The atmosphere was a little different at El Milagro compared to some of the other ones we visited. I think it was a slightly more elevated. If you're looking for a date night, maybe a dinner, El Milagro might be the choice for you.
I agree. I think the food is good. That would be a place that I would take my wife for a date night. It's a really nice little ambiance. And the mole was really good. It was really good. It was probably maybe my favorite mole that we had.
Okay. And one thing to note is that they don't have a full bar at El Milagro though. So if that matters to you, just be aware of that. And then we moved on to El Sombrero next. El Sombrero is one of my personal favorites for kind of your classic lunch, casual taqueria. I think what really sets them apart is their hot sauce. They put it in everything. It does have a kick, so if you don't like spicy, maybe steer clear. But if you are looking for something spicy, I think their hot sauce and even their pico is second to none.
And that would definitely be my go-to for, lunchtime food. I mean, we go there a fair amount. I also think the chips and the salsa, again, is really, really good. But yeah, you just can't go wrong. It's right in town, great price point. So yeah, what's not to love?
And then I think one of our all-time favorites was what used to be El Farolito and is now Gallina de Oro. Still family owned by the same family, but they've changed the name, changed some of the vibe inside, redecorated. But it's a great place with a lot of different options. They also have a full bar, are well known for their margaritas, and a wide variety of food. I know the owner there, when we were there, was kind enough to bring us out some of their specials and gave us a variety of different things to try, and everything was top notch.
And it's funny, I've not actually been there since it was rebranded from El Farolitos. And I'm glad we went actually, because I would definitely go back there. That's definitely right at the top of my list. And the owner's Pedro is such a nice guy.
Super nice.
Looked after us really nicely. And the meal I had, which was in the big sort of clay pot, I can't remember what it's called now.
Molcajete.
See, I can't speak Spanish. That was really good with a sort of a take on a surf and turf. So definitely go back for that.
And you can't beat the location. Just like El Som, it's right at the heart of downtown. And our last stop was the taco truck out on Lytton Springs Road. Totally different vibe, totally different atmosphere, but again, a real down-to-earth, good food, good lunch spot. Obviously, don't try and go at dinner, you might leave hungry, but for a lunch spot, quick, more affordable, it's a great place to try.
I mean, sort of place, if you are out, doing a couple of wine tastings, it's, centered right between Dry Creek Valley, Alexander Valley. So a great place to stop off and grab a bite to lunch on your way to the next tasting. So yeah, that's the end of our video all about the top 5 Mexican restaurants in Healdsburg. So if you want to know more about Healdsburg, or you want to understand a bit more about what it's like to live here, understand a bit more about the real estate, then do get in touch, give us a call on 707-238-2112. And if you like this video, I'm sure you'll love the next video, which is coming up soon. And we'll leave it there until the next video.